At 2:47 a.m. on the silent coast of Crimea, Russian radar screens flickered to life. A dozen unknown contacts were approaching, small, slow, and erratic. Within seconds, five multi-million-dollar missiles tore through the sky, but when the smoke cleared, the targets were still flying. What happened next would rewrite the laws of modern air defense and expose how a $200 drone humiliated one of the world's most advanced military systems. Since the Cold War, Russia's air defense network has been its pride. Systems like the Pantsir S-1 and S-400 Triumph were designed to shield the homeland from NATO's most advanced aircraft. Layers of radar, missile, and command links built to detect everything from stealth bombers to ballistic missiles. Yet in 2023, this fortress faced a new enemy it never trained for, one built not in a factory but in a garage. Across the Black Sea, Ukrainian engineers were turning hobbyist FPV drones into precision weapons. Powered by laptop batteries, guided by off-the-shelf cameras, and armed with homemade shaped charges, they were about to challenge everything Russia thought it knew about air defense. Cue montage, radar dishes, drone assembly, Ukrainian operators watching monitors. Early that morning, Russian operators near Mount I Petri detected faint echoes, too small to classify as threats. Moments later, the screen exploded with missile launch warnings. 5 Pantsir missiles, worth nearly 30 million rubles, fired into the night and missed. Their radar couldn't lock on. Why? Because of physics. These drones were flying sideways across the radar beam using something called the Doppler notch. The radar measures speed toward or away, not across. So when the drone's radial velocity dropped to zero, it disappeared into the background clutter. Visual radar wave animation Doppler effect demo. Even worse, the sea below acted as a mirror. Each radar pulse bounced, creating ghost reflections. The computer, confused, fired missiles between the real drone and its reflection, hitting nothing but air. And when the Pantsir switched to its 30mm cannons, the rounds traced beautiful arcs across the night sky and missed by meters. The operator watched in disbelief as his multi-million-dollar system turned into a useless machine. Visual, tracer fire, split-screen thermal drone feed. Within minutes, a Russian Su-30 fighter screamed into the scene. Its radar, capable of tracking stealth jets, showed flickering blips, vanishing before the computer could confirm a lock. This was the noise floor problem. The drone's radar return was so small they blended into background static. The pilot launched 4 R-73 missiles, each worth over $1 million. Not a single one hit. The missiles were heat seekers, designed to chase 1,000 degrees Celsius jet engines. These drones ran at 50 degrees Celsius. To the missile, they were as cold as a bird. Visual, Su-30 cockpit HUD, missile launch footage, IR tracking simulation. As chaos unfolded, the real secret revealed itself offshore. 10 kilometers from the coast, unmarked boats floated silently, each launching more drones. These were relay boats equipped with antennas and Starlink terminals. They acted as floating cell towers, transmitting commands from operators sitting safely in Odessa, hundreds of kilometers away. The Russian radars couldn't see them. Because physics had carved a blind zone, anything below 43 meters within 10 kilometers of shore was invisible. The boats sailed right through that gap. When their drones reached the mountaintop radars, the Nebo-M and 96L6E, shape charges punched through multi-million-dollar sensors like paper. Within minutes, Russia's entire western Crimean air defense network went dark. When the smoke cleared, the lesson was brutal but simple. Size no longer equals strength. Russia's most expensive defenses failed not because they were weak, but because they were unprepared for small. Radar systems built to see bombers couldn't see drones the size of birds. Missiles designed for supersonic targets couldn't maneuver fast enough to hit a $200 quadcopter. And doctrines that took decades to perfect crumbled in a few hours. It wasn't a battle of firepower. It was a battle of adaptation. Every era of warfare has its turning point. The moment when giants fall to ideas, not armies. In the age of tanks, the plane changed everything. In the age of jets, the missile changed everything. And now, in the age of missiles, the drone has changed everything again. The next superpower won't be the one with the biggest weapons. It'll be the one that understands physics better, thinks faster, and dares to fly smaller. Fade out, slow drone footage over the sea, text, the $200 revolution.